करके समझो. Good morning, everyone. This morning we are going to talk about human nature. Title is Innate Nature of Human, to abuse, overuse, and misuse. Sometimes I wonder why we abuse every single thing. When you make money, you are abusing more. When you have more water, you abuse more. When you have more resources, you abuse more. Saudi Arabia has plenty of oil, so they are selling plenty of oil. Abusing. We human don't think about tomorrow. We don't think about our posterity. We don't think about the generation in offing. We don't think our own following generation. We don't think what others are going to do. If you are making 1 lakh rupees a month, you are going to spend 80, 90,000 on useless thing, misusing your income, rather than saving 80% of that for your posterity. Invest it properly, spend some money on education, spend some money on religion, spend some money on poor people, spend some money on religious thing, godly thing, to please God. No, we don't do that. If we have enough money, we buy one car. We have more money, we buy second car. We have more money, we buy third car. Every single car is 4-wheel. Why we have to have 3-4 cars? I'm giving you my own example. But we have a nature. This is the nature of human nature. They will like to abuse every single thing. So I have prepared 4 points to elaborate that folly of human nature. Folly, foible, the frailty of human nature. Point number 1 is abusing natural or planetary resources. Whatever the planet has offered us, we have been looting and discarding. We have been looting with both hands. We have been plundering and pillaging. We don't actually think about tomorrow, but only today. We convert every single thing in dinero, in dollar, in wealth, in money, in mullah. And in that process, we have been actually taking away every single thing from our posterity. We don't leave anything for our next generations. We don't think about next generation. I guarantee you there are only few people on this planet who would think about posterity, about next generation. But first they think always, first idea comes to their mind about pleasing them, propitiating them, making them enrich, and they will enjoy life to the hilt. And whatever the leftover, that is going to go to their posterity. We abuse flora, we abuse fauna, we abuse fishery, we abuse every single thing, animal husbandry. We abuse every single thing we can find. Turn it into money, destroy every single thing, destroy Amazon, destroy Love Kush forest, destroy Darjeeling, destroy rivers, destroy ponds, destroy oceans. Destroy, deluge in order to pile up huge amount of cash in dollar, in yen, in rupees. Point number 2, misusing fossil resources. All the fossil resources that God has actually offered us to coffer. He has offered us to coffer. But he has said that use sparingly, use wisely, use prudently, use needfully, and not greedfully. As Gandhiji has beautifully said, this nature of ours is so merciful that it has absolutely, positively enough for our needs, but not for our greed. Nature has everything to offer for our needs, to satisfy our needs, but not to satisfy our greed. We have become so greedy. All 8 billion earthling on this planet Earth, all the terrestrials on this planet have become so greedy that we would like to sell off every single thing. We can dig up the gold and dig up the coal and dig up iron, dig up every single thing, uranium and the plutonium and the thorium, and sell it. denuded the surface of the soil and subsoil as well. Soil and subsoil both have been denuded by our appetite, by our hystera, by our hunger, by our starvation, by our greed, by our avarice. Point number 3, overusing eco-resources. As soon as we actually become formidable economically, what do? We start abusing. Say, for example, our salary was 10,000, we were using around 8 to 10,000. Now it is 20,000, we use 20,000. Now it will be 50,000, we are going to use 50,000. And when we are going to have million, we are going to spend all million. Why? Initially we were able to survive with 10,000 and now we cannot survive. Greed, avarice, that is starvation, that is starving habit. That is why Adam Smith has said that when one person becomes a millionaire in the society, 1,000 people are going to become poor. At the cost of 1,000 people, one person becomes a millionaire. I give you the current example. Our own Reliance guy, Mukesh Ambani, earns 50,000 rupees plus per minute. Yes, you heard it right. Per minute more than 50,000. Now think, how long it will take us to make 50,000? It will take us probably 6 months to make 50,000 because all the money is there in the society. But majority of the money is gobbled up, devoured, gnawed away by Mukesh Ambani and his ilks. Mukesh Ambani is not only the person, but there are 100,000 MNCs companies are there. And every MNC company has probably 10 to 12 this kind of tycoons. So 1,000, 2,000 tycoons are there in the world who have been making same amount of money per minute, even per second. Bill Gates, Musk, these kind of people are making this kind of money per second. So now when, say for example, my wife is going to cook or your mother is going to cook 6 chapatis in the family of 4. Mom is going to say that I'm going to eat 2 chapati. Father is going to say, I'm going to eat 2 chapatis. So 4 chapatis are gone. Now kids, each kid will have 1 chapati each. Meaning, when parents are going to eat up more, children will have less to eat. So with this kind of industrialist, so-called industrialist, patriotic people of the nation, pseudo-patriotic, they suck as a matter of fact. These kind of people suck. And these kind of people actually triggered Karl Marx to introduce socialism. Socialism came for the same purpose. Because the one person was living on the pavement, on the sidewalk, and the other person was living in a 23-story building like Mukesh Ambani. That one person who is living on the pavement, there will be 2, there will be 200, there will be 2,000, there will be 2 lakh. And then there will be revolution. Bolshevik revolution came in Russia for the same reason. The rich were getting super rich and the super rich and the super duper rich. Poor were losing every single thing. Poor had 4 pairs of clothes, then 2 pairs of clothes, then 1 pair of clothes, then only 1/2 pair of clothes. Revolution comes when injustice prevails in the society. Point number 4, abusing personal resources. Whatever the personal resources we have, like if I'm making 1 lakh rupees, then I'm going to spend 1 lakh rupees. If I'm making 50,000, then 50,000, and if I'm making only 5,000, I'm definitely going to spend 5,000. So our life is resilient. We are like extremophile. We can actually fluctuate ourselves from 5,000 a month to 1 lakh rupees a month. I have not read it, but I have heard that the teacup that Mukesh Ambani's wife is using is cost about 1 lakh rupees. The purse that Mukesh Ambani's daughter is using is cost about couple of lakh rupees. And they have all kinds of fleets of cars. Their building has 23 floors. Now, what is this? This is a white-collar crime. Yes, this is called white-collar crime. I'm not saying it. White-collar crime has been said by economists like Adam Smith and Ricardo. Adam Smith was not so rich. Ricardo was not so rich. You take the example of our own C.K. Prahlad, we are not so rich. Megan Desai is not so rich. Amartya Sen not that rich. Paul Krugman is not so rich. They are huge personality on this planet. Even the God actually gave them standing ovation. They don't have that because they don't loot. They do not LOOT. And all these money-hungry canines are looters and scooters. Thank you very much for listening. God bless everyone on this planet.